Okay, we are multiplying part A, two matrices. First, we'll check their order to see if we can do the multiplication. This is a 2-row by 2-column matrix, and this is a 2-row by 2-column matrix. They happen to be the same order, which is not really necessary. What's important is these two guys have to be equal. If they're not equal, the inner dimensions, we're not allowed to do the multiplication. And then the outer dimensions tell us how big our answer will be. It's going to be a 2 by 2 matrix, the answer. Okay, so let's continue by doing the multiplication. We're going to work down the first, let's see, how do we do this? Oh, the first row as we multiply through the first column. Okay, so this is equal to, and the first entry, which we'll put in this space here, and then we'll do this one, then we'll go to the second row and do this one, and then we'll fill in this one. See, that'll give us our 2 by 2 matrix, 2 rows by 2 columns. Okay, let's fill out the first upper left entry. It's going to be the number 4 times 1 plus the number 8 times 0. You see how we worked across the first row and down the first column. Now, to get the next entry beside that, we're going to continue with the first row, but now we're going to do the second column. So we get 4 times 0 plus 8 times 1. We'll simplify that in a moment. Now let's move down to the second row in our answer by moving down to the second row in the first matrix. And we're going to multiply that across the first column. So that's going to be a 9 times 1 plus a negative 2 times 0. And now for the last entry, we're going to continue with the second row, and the second column. So we'll have 9 times 0 plus negative 2 times 1. All right, let's clean it up and see what our answer is. In the first upper left entry, we have 4 times 1 plus 0, so that's 4. And then to the right of that, we have 4 times 0 is 0, plus 8 times 1 is 8. And down below, 9 times 1 is 9, plus negative 2 times 0 is 0, so that's 9. And then lower right, we have 9 times 0 is 0, plus negative 2 times 1 is negative 2. And that is our answer. You see how that's a 2 by 2 matrix? Okay, let's do the other one, part B. Let's first check the orders. Well, this one is the same as the part A. They're both 2 by 2s. Now remember, they do not have to match exactly. What has to absolutely match are the inner entries. They have to be equal. Otherwise, you say that the product of those two matrices is undefined. Now, the outer entries tell us the order of our answer. It's going to be a 2 by 2, just like the last one. Okay, so let's get ready for it. Let's have our upper left, upper right, lower left, lower right. Let's fill that in. Going down the first, across the first row, the first row with the first column. That's how we start. And we go 1 times negative 3 plus 0 times 12. And then beside that, we're going to go 1 times 5 plus 0 times 6. Then down below, now we're on the second row, 0 times negative 3 plus 1 times 12. I'm running out of space here. And then finally, we're going to have 0 times 5 plus 1 times 6. Okay, let's clean it up. Upper left, negative 3 plus 0 is negative 3. And then to the right of that, 1 times 5 is 5 plus 0 is 5. Then down below, 0 times negative 3 is 0, plus 1 times 12 is 12. And then to the right of that, 0 times 5 is 0, plus 1 times 6 is 6. And we're finished.